Hey everybody, this is Rabbitearsblog and welcome to my random review series. Today's random review is on the premise of the video game series Psychonauts. Psychonauts was a platform video game created by Tim Schafer and starred the voice of Richard Horvitz, probably well known for his voices of Vader Zim and Daggett Beaver, and it was released on Xbox and PlayStation 2 in 2006. Unfortunately, the game suffered from poor sales despite getting critical acclaim, and the publisher, Majesco, ended up going through financial difficulties. However, this game still retained a cult following years afterwards. This video was requested to me by Shamax2, and you can check out their channel in the description box below. Now, before I get into what I liked and hated about the premise of this video game, I would like to give out a brief summary of this game. Psychonauts basically starts out with the main character Raz running away from the circus and trying to get into the Whispering Rock Psychic summer camp. Unfortunately, he was caught by the Psychonauts agents, but they decided to let him stay at the camp, even though he's not allowed to participate in the activities. It was then discovered that Raz possesses strong psychic abilities, and Coach Olinder decides to let Raz participate in Basic Brainy, along with fellow campers Sasha, Dojin, and Mila. Later on, however, Raz starts exploring his own mind, and he sees a vision of Dr. Lobato pulling out Dojin's brain from his head. So when Raz returns to the real world, he discovers that Dojin's brain is missing and finds out that there is an evil plot going on in the camp where Dr. Lobato is stealing children's brains to put them into the psychic death tanks. The only person who could stop this plot from unfolding is Raz himself, as he uses psychic powers to defeat his enemies throughout the game. Now, this review will be based more on the premise of the series rather than the actual gameplay, since I haven't played this game as of this video, and I would like to reserve my judgment on the gameplay of the series until I actually play this game. Now, I will admit that when I first heard about this game, I was thinking that this game was going to be about characters either being slaughtered by an unknown alien force, or the characters were psychopaths who try to kill various people throughout the game. But I was pleasantly surprised that this game was about psychics fighting evil, even though the part about the characters' brains being stolen still rang true in my original perception of this game. It was refreshing seeing this game feature psychics, which is rarely brought up in many video games, and the plot of the story seems pretty interesting also, especially the part about the camp members' brains being stolen to be put into death tanks. I like the idea about Raz, the main character, spending most of the game exploring the minds of other people, because it seems that we could get a sense of character exploration with Raz trying to help people overcome their deepest fears. And I always love storylines where the characters try to solve the problems of other people, whether it's through communicating with them or exploring their minds to get to the root of their problems. But probably the part that interested me the most was the fact that Richard Horvitz is voicing the main character Raz himself. I have been familiar with Richard Horvitz's works in the past, as I have seen in Vader Zim and the Angry Beavers, and he did a fantastic job at voicing both Zim and Daggett Beaver. So it was interesting to see him voice a character in an unknown video game series such as this. If there was a problem I have with the premise of this game, it's more like I have a problem with the way that the characters are designed. I feel like the storyline about a young psychic boy saving other children from having their brains stolen by a mad scientist would require much more realistic artwork than making the characters have large heads and stringy bodies. However, I do like the dark look of the artwork, as it does flow well with the somewhat dark storyline, and it does give the game a slight edge in the horror department. For the moment, I'm not going to rate this game since I haven't played it yet, but based on the premise of the series, this is definitely one game that I am willing to play in the near future, since the storyline about a mad scientist stealing the brains from many children and a young boy who has psychic powers has to save the day is a very interesting premise to me. Well, that's my summary review on Psychonauts, and be sure to check out more of my videos in the near future. I'm Rabbitearsblog, and I'll see you later.